Hello, good evening, and welcome. My name is Seraphina and I'm a colour therapist for anyone that doesn't know me. Welcome everyone to day 3 of Golden Creation with Seraphine. So I'm just going to wait a couple of minutes to see if people join. I'm a bit early. So I hope you have been getting on well the last 3 days with what we've been, 2 days, today's day 3. So I hope you've been getting on well and are enjoying it. So today we're going to be doing about Ascension with Seraphina. Okay, so what I'm going to begin with, we're going to talk about colour, and we're going to be talking about lots of other things as well. I'm just going to set the intention again that I discuss only what's relevant. And hi Linda, lovely to see you here. Thanks for joining me. So I'm just hoping to set the intention that I discuss what's relevant for today. There's a lot of information that we could possibly get through, but I just want people to make the most out of today's live. Hi Isabel, lovely for you to join me as well. So if you read the document today, don't worry if you did or didn't read the document. I'm going to go through aspects of it today. Hi Katrina, thanks for joining me. Hi everyone, hope you're having a nice evening. So today's document, hi Aileen, lovely to have you here as well. So today's document basically covered Ascension with Seraphine, who's the angel we're working with this week. And in terms of Ascension, it discussed basically the star seeds, the waves of star seeds that have been born onto the planet. Hi Sylvia, lovely to have you here as well. And it also explained which ones that Seraphine is working with. So I'm just going to begin with the indigos. Okay, so you're probably familiar with the terms I'm going to discuss, but if you're not, I'll just go into them. So for a long time, people have been aware that there are what's termed indigos. I'm not big on labeling people, but I think there is an undeniable energy that certain people have and traits and characteristics. So I am quite happy to say that I'm an indigo, or I can quite happily say that most people that work with me would be indigos. My colour program, my main one, is actually aimed at working with indigos. They have a unique energy. So the indigos were the first wave to come, and the scouts would have come around the 40s and 50s, 1940s and 50s, so they could have been coming for a long time before people actually think. And most indigos, hi Deirdre, lovely to see you here. So I'll be doing energy work as well, guys, so I'm just going to give it, I have to give kind of a run-up of what it's about before we can get into the energy healing. Okay, so basically the indigos were here first. Then you may have noticed in the document I put that Seraphine, the angel that we're working with, she has lowered down her frequency so she can connect in with the crystal children. Okay, so the crystal children are the second generation wave. What I mean by star seeds, it's their souls are originally from another planet. So they wouldn't be earthlings, they wouldn't have always lived on Earth, their soul. So they've come from other planets or from other star clusters or stars to come down and help with the ascension process on our planet. And this all started happening probably, I would say, the early 1940s, 50s. Okay, so the crystal children were the next wave to come after indigos. The crystal children could be adults now at this stage, a lot of them, because they've started to have children, which are the next, some of them have rainbow children, which are the next wave. But what I particularly want to get into this evening is what I wanted to come in and talk about this on my main page, and I haven't. I'm focused a lot lately on, a lot of you might identify with this, I said there's a lot of indigos watching this, but there has been a transition of indigo to crystal, and I believe that's what's happened to me at a very young age. I know I came in as an indigo, and it's been confirmed by psychics, and it's been confirmed by different people that I've gone to that I am an indigo, but I do believe that I am a crystal now in nature. You can transition. And how I know is because I don't, so some of you I think will identify with this in the group, because I know there are crystals in the group that may not even be aware of it. I could just tell by what they're interested in. I'm going to give you the dynamics, and I can tell by their energy as well when you're messaging me, kind of if they're crystals as well. There's a couple of younger adults in this group that are crystals. So basically the indigos, they would have more of a warrior energy. I know a couple of indigos are close friends, and they're here to break down systems. They're here for change. The way things are, the status quo can really irritate them. They don't like how the government runs things. Hi Kelsey, love to see you here. They don't like how the school systems are being implemented and run. They just want to bring about change, and they have this really strong warrior energy. They're the indigos, and they were sent first because they really needed to have this reform and this want for change to break down systems and create new ones. The reason I think I am not an indigo, I used to think I was a lazy indigo, to be honest, because I'm very placid. the crystal children that have come here, they are placid. There's no need for them to fight. There's no need for them to like rage against the machine, for lack of a better expression, because the indigos have paved the way for them, and they're just more I wasn't born a crystal, that's not what I'm saying. The children crystal are born very open, very loving, they just have a really they're very wise, and they have a really open, loving spirit, and you can tell you're around a crystal child because they're very healing. First of all, they've usually got big eyes, and they do tend to gravitate towards crystals. But the reason I'm talking about, I don't think people have really talked much about the transition that has happened or is happening. I think a lot of people are using crystals a lot now, so that would be one of the biggest things that you'd know if you're into crystals, if you're into crystal healing. So crystals are huge at the minute, and I think has been a transition, because I don't think that energy is really, it is still required. Indigos are still needed, and I have close friends that are indigos, and I can see the amazing work they're doing, but I just don't have that want to break things down or change things. I just want to heal things as they are, and that's what crystals want to do. They're kind of here just to heal. They're not so much upset about systems and wanting to change systems. They've been sent, and they're just here to heal things as they are, while the indigos are transforming. So there's been a lot of political leaders and presidents even, and celebrity TV stars that are indigos as well, that you probably wouldn't even be aware of, but they were here to change things. The crystals are now here to help just spread love and healing. So I don't know if any of you are identifying with this or not. So maybe you think you're an indigo, but maybe really you have transitioned or are transitioning to the crystal, because it is totally possible for you to do that. And I think I did when I was a young child, because when I was very little, my first memories, did anyone ever watch The Crystal Maze? It's an English thing, but there was a show on called The Crystal Maze when I was only about 5 or 6, and I loved it. It was my favourite show, and the idea was they went around and they had to collect, they weren't real crystals, they were kind of glass prisms, and they had colours in them. And I used to save up my pocket money and go to the jewellers and buy them. They're probably about £12 at the time. So I used to have a stash of, they look like kind of like little hexagon prisms, and they probably were plastic, to be honest, but when you looked at them, you had all the colours in them. So that's how I know, I think from a very young age, I had already transitioned from indigo to crystal. And instead of feeling that I'm a lazy indigo or a placid indigo, I think it's because I've transitioned to crystal. And people, when they meet me recently as well, have kind of commented that I'm very placid, because I'm very placid. I don't feel any real, and I sometimes not feel guilty, but I sometimes, I feel a little bit guilty that I'm not more upset about how things are run, or that I don't want to change, or I don't want to be an activist, because I have indigo friends that they're amazing. They're making huge changes, and the changes that they were talking about years ago are now becoming implemented, and I'm really in awe of these people, but I'm just not one. So maybe people, I just thought I wanted to talk about it. Maybe people out there that do work a lot with crystals, that are mad into crystals, they could have transitioned into being crystal people as well, not just children or young adults. Okay, so back to what we're talking about. This is why I feel Seraphina has been attracted to working with me, because she has stepped down in frequency, because obviously she's of an extremely high frequency, but she's stepped down in frequency to work with crystal children, and also obviously crystal adults or crystal transitions. So that's, if you're attracted to working with this angel as well, a lot of you have watched this every night, there's a fair chance that you are into crystals, and you probably have transitioned over to being more of the crystalline energy rather than the indigo. Okay, so Linda says, so interesting. Thanks, Linda. Yeah, so I'd say nearly everyone I've worked with definitely has indigo energy, almost. There are some people that I work with that are in trauma. I seem to be good with people with that as well, but most people would have an indigo energy. And I have noticed that younger people are joining this group, and I can tell they're crystals already, the early 20s, mid 20s. So it's just something different that's going on energy wise. Of course, the indigos are still very much needed, and they're doing amazing work, but it just makes more, I guess from working with this angel Seraphina, it just makes me feel more sense in myself, why I am the way I am, and why I'm not more wanting to change things. I'm quite happy just to heal. That's all I really want to do, just heal things as they are. So the next wave then to come are called the rainbow children. Not to be confused with the term. I know there is a term that people use. It's beautiful actually when someone loses a baby, or if they have a miscarriage. I think they're also called rainbow babies, but I don't mean that term. Rainbow children have a rainbow energy coming forward, so they're being born only recently. We don't know as much about them, but the rainbow children that are being born, they have no karma. They've never been on earth before, and they're basically very wise. They're very spiritual. They're amazing at healing. So they've come here to show us how to be our highest potential, basically what we can all become. So they've come here. They're usually born to crystal children. So the people with crystalline energy would have the rainbow children because they'd be adept at looking after them. Because they might be quite difficult children because they're very strong-willed. I know all children are strong-willed, but they've come here to heal, and they also like colour, and they probably like art. So that's how you could tell if you've got a rainbow child. I've never actually met a rainbow child. I've met lots of crystal young adults. I've actually not met a crystal child either, but just something to look at. As I said, I'm not wanting to label people, but there is a very distinct energy. I think if you can see it with the indigos, it is definitely present with the crystal or crystal workers. I would say now have transitioned to being crystals, crystalline energy. That's all I would say. So the new wave is the rainbow energy. But what I'm focusing on today is the crystals and the crystalline energy, because that's who Seraphine works with. And you've noticed over the last 3 days, we've talked a lot about crystals. We've talked about crystal programming. I have them with me today for anyone that's missed it. These are my crystals that I've programmed to work with Seraphine. And there is just a huge crystal influence with this angel. Okay, so the last thing I want to talk about was the bees, because they're also not, their souls were not originated on Earth. They came from Pleiades. So the Pleiadians are a star cluster. So they've cut the Pleiadians themselves that are still in Pleiades. They're a very highly evolved race of beings that are helping us. But the bees came in the time of Atlantis, and they came to learn about sweetness, the sweetness of life, to enjoy life. They also came to give us food. That's their main, and that's what they still do. And that's why I'm doing this free work for the 4 days, because they're very important. And they also came to teach us about sacred geometry, as we spoke about on our first night. Okay, so it's just very important that we protect them, because they are all the star seeds. So the indigos, the crystals, the rainbows, they're all coming from different star clusters, different stars. They're being sent to Earth to help with the ascension process, and so are lots of animals. Diana Cooper has a great book, I can't remember the name of it, but it's about where all the animals originate from. So all the animals also, most of them, I say, their souls wouldn't have originated on Earth. They would have had many lifetimes in different star systems. So it's just important that we respect them. So that's why I'm doing this 4 days as well. So to teach you about the angel, but also to promote preserving the bees. So I'm going to leave a link tomorrow. Tomorrow is the last day. We're doing healing tomorrow. So as part of that healing, if anyone feels they want to donate anything, as small or as much as you can afford, to the bees, I would really appreciate that as well. So I'm going to leave the link tomorrow. Okay, so that's the housekeeping done. What we're going to do today is Seraphine also works on the rainbow. She works on the rainbow already, different from rainbow children. Her mastery is with galactic color. So I think that's probably why as well I'm attracted to her, or she's attracted to me, because she works with the rainbow colors. They're not colors as we would know them to be. I've talked about this in the past. It's her own form of rainbow and energy, galactic healing. So it's a gift that we've been given, and she wants us all to raise our rainbow light. So it's something we're going to do today in an exercise. And another thing, before I came on, I just had just an inkling just to look at a book I have. It's about orbs, or Ascension through Orbs, I think it's called, from Diana Cooper as well. And I just had a quick look, and I just thought it was amazing. I've read it, but for some reason it didn't stay into my mind. I spoke on the first night about our stellar gateway chakra. So it's our chakra which is above our soul star. So you've your soul star kind of around 6 to 12 inches above your head. Then you've got your stellar gateway chakra. So I explained that Metatron was in charge of our stellar gateway chakra, and it's a golden color. And the term in the book, it even said that, hi Sinead, love to see you here. So even the term in the book, it said that Seraphine was paving the way for this, for this chakra to be filled with a golden honey or a nectar. That's the kind of words that she described it. So I just thought it was amazing, that connection with the bees. So anyway, our stellar gateway chakra, it's a beautiful gold. It's overseen by Metatron. But now Seraphine is creating our connection with this chakra to source. That's the idea, okay? So people now, if your chakras are at a 12-dimensional rate, that can be opened even more. And I read today in this book that between this, I hope this is okay guys, you're still with me, but between the stellar gateway chakra and source, there is like a crystal ball basically. And within this crystal ball, in energy terms, you can't see it, but within this crystal ball, This is where Seraphine's training school is. So this is kind of like a portal where that is. So that's where that work's going on. I spoke about that on the first night, that there are Earth ambassadors while you're asleep. There is a training school that Seraphine runs, and she's downloading information. Basically, you become an ambassador on Earth for the work that they want you to do. So you're obviously not aware of it, probably at a human conscious level. But there are people that are in this training academy or this training school, and its location energetically is within this crystal ball above our stellar gateway chakra. So I was just kind of guided to read that. I hadn't remembered that bit of information. So again, with crystal. So crystal is very important with this angel and with what's going on. And Diana Cooper also, when she explained about this crystal ball, she said it's the portal for where we need to be or to go to at an energetic level. So maybe in your sleep and your dream time, this is the portal to other planets. This is the portal to where you need to be for what you need to learn and what you're bringing down to the planet. So I thought that was lovely. So we're going to do some work with that. We're going to do some work with raising our rainbow light as well. So you can just connect in with this angel easier. If you've increased rainbow light, it will also help with your ascension. This is all about ascension today. So it will help with your ascension. And yeah, I just thought it was really beautiful. I'm looking forward to doing this. So anyone that wants to hang around now, we're just going to do that. I'm going to do a grounding and a clearing, and we're going to do some exercises to raise our rainbow light, and also to enter this this portal, I guess, and see what information we can bring down from the angels. Okay, so anyone that wants to join, just be comfortable, take a seat. Okay, so taking a deep breath in and closing your eyes. So I'm just getting that we need to release the stress from the day, being busy earthlings that we are. So take a deep breath in and release. Take a deep breath in and release. And a selenite energy has come in. So selenite is a white crystal which is linked to the angelic realm. So I just want you to breathe in this selenite energy. It's a very high vibrational white crystal. Breathe it in and then feel this energy coming into your throat, into your body. This is going to ground us, this selenite, so feel it going into your chest. It's a very white, fine crystal, so feel it going into the top of your stomach, and it's clearing any stress and anxiety. I want you to see it go down into the bottom of your stomach. So just releasing any trapped energy, stagnant energy that people may have brought to here today. So just remembering to breathe and adjust your posture if you need to. So just feeling this white crystal going into your hips, and this is going into your thighs, making your thighs feel heavier as you ground and connect to Mother Earth, as this is our home planet for this lifetime. So bringing this crystal down into your calves, into your feet, and then feeling the selenite energy going deep, deep down into the earth. So you're just feeling very grounded and very rooted. And now we're just bringing our energy up to our stellar gateway chakra, which is above your soul star, and it's glowing a very vibrant gold, but it's almost like a flower. So it's like a lily flower, and I just want you to see this golden energy from the divine, from source, going into your stellar gateway chakra. And then it's going to make its way down into your soul star. So this is connecting you to source, your monad energy. Let this gold go into the crown of your head. It's like a honey gold liquid. Let it go into your face, into your neck, into your throat. And this is helping raising our vibration and frequency to 5th dimensions as well. Into your shoulders. Let this gold go into your heart. So it's like liquid honey gold into your heart center, top of your stomach, down into the bottom of your stomach, your hips. You're filling with complete liquid gold from your stellar gateway chakra from source, down into your thighs, into your calves, and into your feet. And now we're just going to take a deep breath in and release. Taking a deep breath in and release. Now just bring your attention to your third eye. And I just want you to see a very vibrant gold coming from your third eye, making a vortex of light, vibrant gold light. So it's swirling and twirling and moving towards you and away from you until eventually it's so big you can step through. And when you do step through, you're in a beautiful place in nature. And you realize that Seraphine, the angel, is with you, and also the entire Seraphim. So this is 144 angels, collectively known as the Seraphim, have come to greet you today. So just notice these amazing angels as far as the eye can see. And I just want you to feel the energy of Seraphim, and Seraphine steps forward. And they invite you to be enveloped by one of their orbs. So you just feel your body completely surrounded in a huge orb. So a beautiful big orb, and just notice the colour that you get initially in this orb as it surrounds your body. And they want you to know that this orb is going to increase your rainbow light. This orb is going to increase the frequency of your cells and align it to love, because that's what the Seraphim do. They align every cell in your body to love, healing and ascension. So just feeling this orb getting bigger and bigger until it's comfortably big enough to surround your body. And then you notice the rainbow lights start to appear in your orb. So at first it's flashes of rainbow on the outside of your orb, until eventually you can see the rainbow getting bigger and bigger and entering into your energy. And it's going to enter a part of your body first. And then this rainbow energy is going to spread up through your entire body, and it's going to fill the orb. So it may be dim in colour. So we're going to ask that the Seraphim and Seraphina turn up the vibrancy of your rainbow within your orb. So I just want you to see the colours getting more vibrant. The colours are going to become much more vibrant, much more clear and dramatic in your orb. Whatever is comfortable for you. And just feeling your entire body filling with every colour in the rainbow. And knowing that your rainbow light is increasing as a gift from these beautiful angels. And now I just want you to focus on one particular colour that you are needing now. So one colour is going to stand out to you. And Seraphine is going to let you know what this colour is meaning and why you need it right now. So just, this is galactic colour. So throw away all your associations with regular colours, regular colour meanings. Just going to let Seraphine explain why you need this colour now. Okay, knowing you can come back here at any time you wish. But now just seeing the colours begin to fade again within your body and fade within the orb until your orb completely disappears. And now you realise that you're in a crystal ball. It's a huge orb as well, but this time it's crystal. And now you may find yourself that the crystal ball is moving higher and higher, further and further up, and Seraphine is coming with you until you're far up in the sky, in the night sky, in this crystal ball. And this ball may be small or it may grow huge in size. And Seraphine's going to step in with you into this crystal ball. And you know now that you are in the space where Seraphine trains people. It's her intergalactic school of Ascension. And you may ask Seraphine, where are you meant to be? What are you meant to be doing? And don't worry if you don't get any clear answer. Just whatever information comes forward now to you. Okay, knowing you can come back here at any time too as well, and just feeling this crystal ball lowering down, back down to the earth, back down to the beautiful place in nature, and just feeling recharged with this crystal energy until it then disappears as well and you're left with Seraphim and the Seraphina. Okay, and just saying thank you to these beautiful angels, a huge choir of angels, and they all begin to sing as you become aware of the third eye point of gold, vibrant light on your forehead, and it gets bigger and bigger, and you can still hear them singing as you step through this vibrant vortex of gold light, and find yourself back in the room that you began the meditation. And you can begin to move your fingers and toes until eventually you can open your eyes and come back into the room that you're seated in, and just notice how you're feeling, how your energy is flowing around your body. So just taking a deep breath in and release. Taking a deep breath in and release. Taking a deep breath in and release. Okay, so if anyone wants to share their messages, they can, especially the colour ones. I would love to hear. Of course, you don't have to, but it's taking away everything you know about colour, because it's galactic or intergalactic colour. I got emerald green, and I think the message was it's about Ireland, and the work that I'm doing is important for Ireland for whatever reason. And then when I went to the huge crystal ball, I just had a vision of me asleep. So that's how Seraphim would work with people. So it's about downloads in your sleep, or when you're not conscious of what's going on, that's when you're at her training school or a training academy. Okay, so that's all I wanted to cover today. I'll just see if anyone comments. I'm going to tell you what we're doing tomorrow. I pre-warned everyone the first day that we're going to be making crystal grids. So there's a document in the group called, I think it's Sacred Geometry Templates. So if you want to join in, you don't have to, of course. This is free training. It's up to you what you do. But there's 4 templates for sacred geometries. And if you want to choose one and print one off, tomorrow I'm going to be giving you instructions about how to make a simple crystal grid. So it can be for healing for the bees or healing for yourself. So whatever you want to do. So that's what we're going to be doing tomorrow. So I've already made one, and you can put your intentions under mine if you don't want to make one yourself, or you can make it at another time. The other thing we're doing tomorrow, I'm going to come back at 8 o'clock tomorrow. It's the final day. So we're just going to do a very quick exercise. We're just going to do like send healing to the bees, send healing to us, send healing to anyone that needs healing. So I'd appreciate if you could join, because it may not be as fanciful as the other things we've been doing, but we're going to be just sending healing is what's most needed, I think. Okay, a few people have commented. Thank you. I'm going to just see. Loved this. Got green for grounding. Beautiful. Loved it. Really relaxing. Okay, gorgeous. See, with grounding, you usually associate red, I suppose, with traditionally with colour therapy. Any colour can ground you, but it's lovely that you didn't go with what you associated initially with colour. The green's beautiful. Okay, Deirdre says, oh my god, Russian amazing. Got a colour that I would call pink, but it wasn't pink as I know it. Yeah, see, they're not normal colours. They're I've never seen them. If you look at the document that I gave you today, some of you may have done, it's the Ascension document, you can see the orb that the Seraphim have given. It's a blue with rainbow, but you have to remember that they've brought that down in frequency so we can capture it with our new devices. That's partly why they gave the idea for people to make electronic mobile phone cameras, because they want to be captured. They want these images to be captured and shared for healing, and also that we know that they're there. Like, it's very important, I think, that we know that angels are there. So yeah, definitely a different, you probably would never know what color it was. Told that it's the love I'm sending out to the world, and I don't need to be zapping my own energy. Hallelujah. Oh, that's brilliant then. Okay, so I kind of got the idea of a circuit there, Deirdre. So you just need to maybe be more open to receiving rather than giving from you. So if you're maybe giving more from source than from you know what I'm on about, Deirdre. Deirdre does wonderful work with children. I'm actually really glad that you joined today because of the crystal children and the rainbow children. So they obviously must need your assistance too. Okay, hallelujah. Thanks for commenting, Deirdre. Okay, Sylvia Callan, the rainbow colours were pastel, and I got pastel pink, kind truth, gentle truth. Okay, beautiful. Yeah, that's when I did this exercise on myself a few days ago, and I found that it was all very soft colour, and then when I asked the vibrancy to come up, they came up really rich. So it's interesting that yours stayed soft. It was really nice though, Sylvia. So yeah, pastel pink or soft pink would characteristically cover those as well. Not so much truth though, so that's interesting. So blue would usually be connected with truth, or you're speaking your message. So yeah, the pink is lovely. Okay, Aileen, I'll have to go back and listen. Too much noise in my house tonight. Yeah, no problem, Aileen. I know sometimes it's easier to connect in than others. Okay, well, thanks everyone for commenting. I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, it's just sharing about Seraphine and the different ways she can work with us and how she's helping the ascension process on our planet. Okay, so I'll be back again tomorrow. Yes, I'm meeting many crystals and they're all drawn to crystals. Oh, that's fascinating, Deirdre. See, I don't really come across many kids, to be honest. So yeah, Deirdre would work as a play therapist. So Deirdre works with crystals. That's brilliant. So you obviously have crystals that they can use as well, Deirdre. That's really good. Yeah, I think they instinctively know how to use crystals as well, the crystal children. They're just really knowledgeable. They probably could teach us rather than us teaching them. Okay, thanks everyone for joining. Have a lovely evening and I will be back again tomorrow at 8 p.m. Okay, lots of love everyone. Bye.